there. But more breaking news as well coming up now this morning. People are queuing up outside polling station in Siliguri as well. Siliguri also polling today. Visuals coming in of voters. A lot of voters there that have arrived in the morning hours at a polling booth in Siliguri. They're awaiting their turn to cast their vote. Let me get a quick comment on that from Shekhar Vijayan, political commentator who's joining us live. Shekhar, before we of course come to Tamil Nadu, let's quickly examine West Bengal with you. People in Siliguri, as we can see, have arrived in good numbers in the morning hours to cast their vote. What do you believe are the main voting issues for the West Bengal voter today? And how hopeful are you that we're going to try and see a turnout today as we saw in the first 3 states that went to poll earlier this month?
On my fellow panelists, I believe this is going to be a David versus Goliath story, and it all depends on how the voter looks at it. The fact that we are talking at 7 in the morning and there are voters coming in to vote just shows the kind of sensibility, just shows the kind of passion the voters have for these 2 states, which is West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. Now, if you're coming to, West Bengal, I believe it's always going to be around Mamata Banerjee versus the organizational strength of the Bharatiya Janata Party. She knows the grassroots politics very well, and the Bharatiya Janata Party is doing whatever they can to get inroads here. It's always going to be the focus, always going to be on welfare. It's going to be on jobs, employment opportunities, and government schemes as well as welfare schemes. I think it's going to be about religious polarization narratives are competing directly with welfare schemes. When I say that will typically drive voter behavior. I also believe 2 key points here is going to be youth and the women voters. The Prime Minister has been speaking about it, as you mentioned. He also mentioned on Twitter and on social media. I think the focus has always been on women voters. Focus has always been on the youth because they can get you those votes which is required. So this, I think the way the elections is happening right now, the focus is on welfare, the focus is on employment generation, the focus is on the women voters, the focus is on the youth, the focus is on real world issues, right? And that's where they're competing with. So it's going to be Mamata Banerjee versus the BJP, the organizational structure of the BJP versus the grassroots politics of Mamata Banerjee. It'll be quite close, but the fact that people are coming in and voting at 7 in the morning, there's a lot of passion which happens in West Bengal. You see that passion, you see the impulsiveness, you see the ability to just come in and vote, because I think voting is a symbol of the largest democracy of the world, which is India, and it makes absolute sense that everybody should go out and vote. This will be a very, very, very close elections, and both these parties, be it BJP or be it Mamata Banerjee's party, I think it's almost like a David versus Goliath story, and we really have to decide who's going to win here. It's going to be close, but knowing BJP is an election powerhouse. Come
Yes.
elections, BJP understands it very, very well. They're a very professionally driven organization, I would say. They understand the checks and the balances. That's
Okay.
going to play a very, very key role here.